Alright guys, so we are going to try the Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Perfecting Foundation, and the shade I got is 3W1 Dusk. This is the same shade that I wear in the Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. So as you guys can see, there is a difference in the packaging. The cap is black and matte, and the actual bottle itself is matte, and the matte version, and then the glowy is really pretty glowy. Both bottles feel heavy, nice and luxe. There really isn't much difference other than the fact that this is not a matte finish. So I'm going to start off with taking this much foundation. It was 3 pumps, and I'm going to apply this. So I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to apply it with my beauty blender on this side of my face, which already I can tell you I'm going to need more product. When I saw it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be too dark. And I compared it to the bottle that I had because it just looked like it was really dark. But nope, it's my shade. I just washed this beauty blender with the peppermint soap that came in their little holiday set, and it smells like peppermint, which doesn't bother me. So this is really pretty. It looks glowy. The coverage is, I wouldn't even say medium. So now I'm going to do this side with a brush. So I'm thinking that I like the way it looks with a brush better. I feel like just right off the bat I got more coverage. So this is, by the way, a Zoeva 103 Defined Buffer Brush. So I'm going to chuck the beauty blender and then just stick with my brush. I actually have a few more foundations coming. I got another Sephora gift card with my points. And I got the new Dior foundations. I got both of them to test them out. So I only paid $4 for them, which is crazy. But I thought it was just a nice way to try things out without having to dig into my own pocket. And I have run out of foundations. I was really disappointed when I saw that the Dior Forever wasn't restocking in my shade. And then I saw that they came out with a new formulation, so I was super relieved and excited. It definitely looks natural. I like how luminous my skin looks. I do want to see if I can build up the coverage on my cheeks, because as you guys can see, I have some hyperpigmentation on my cheeks. And that's really where I always want the coverage. So I'm just going to take a little bit more. I'm going to build it on my cheeks and around my mouth. Really the center of my face, just this little area here, is where I like to have additional coverage. So I'm actually gonna let that sit for a little bit, because as you guys know, if you let a product sit on your face, it actually helps build the coverage up a little. We're gonna move on to concealer, and then we'll finish blending the face out. But already I can tell you guys, I do like the way that the foundation looks. It is definitely a more natural foundation. I'm taking Tarte Shape Tape just in the inner corners of my eyes. I don't want it to come down too far because I really want to see just how the foundation wears. We're going to let that sit and then blend it out. But so far what I can see, it is a very luminous, glowy foundation. It is pretty, very natural. So this wouldn't be like a heavy duty full coverage foundation if you are somebody that really loves your coverage the way that I do. I would say that this foundation may not make your little heart as happy, but I am enjoying it. So I've blended my concealer out here. We're gonna move on to this eye and blend this out. Blend out the cheeks. And this is what it looks like. This is definitely not full coverage. If you are somebody that really loves full coverage, then I will tell you that this may not satisfy your full coverage love. It is definitely medium coverage for sure. It is a little bit buildable, so I can see that my cheeks have a little bit more coverage. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and we'll come back and do our first check-in, and we'll see where it goes from there. Right now the time is, just so you know, 10:30, and we'll play it by ear and just do regular check-ins and see how this works out. But so far, it looks good, and I'm just going to take a setting powder in the center of my face. So before I go ahead and apply my powder, I wanted to show you guys, I did go in with my NARS concealer because I felt like I needed more coverage under my eyes, but this is pretty much set. Yeah, it's pretty much set, and it doesn't look as luminous as it did. It still has glow to it, but it doesn't look as luminous. And we're gonna set this, finish the rest of the face, and then come back. Hey guys, okay, so it is now 10:47 a.m. and this is what the makeup looks like. So I used my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder just to be fair and to really give this foundation a shot. And I just used my regular everyday makeup, a little bit of blush, bronzer. I didn't really do a ton on my face because I really wanted to just see what the product would look like. I just took a little bit of the powder on the center of my face. I baked a little bit under my eyes, but I made sure not to really get onto the actual complexion, the skin. So I have to say I like it much better now that I have a little bit of powder on there. I felt like I still had a lot of, I felt like I could see a little bit too much of my dark patches on my skin, so I really wanted to make sure that I had the coverage where I felt most comfortable. I think once I did the bronzer and the blush, it just kind of helped mask some of that up. So I have to say, so far, I'm really liking the way this looks. It is now 10:50, and I'll do a few check-ins and let you guys see how it wears. I'm gonna try and get at least 12 hours out of it, maybe even more. So we'll see how it goes. I won't touch up, and check back if you want to see how this wears. All right, guys, it is now 3:25, and I have to say this foundation still looks really good. My skin looks matte. I still have coverage. My makeup is worn off a little bit, but my son isn't really feeling well, and so we've been laying around. But overall, it looks really good. And we'll continue to wear this, and I'll check in with you guys a few more times, and we'll see. Okay. Ben, we'll see how this wears. All right, guys, it is now 8:08. The foundation still looks really good, and I feel like the longer I wear it, the better it looks. I feel like it looks just like really pretty natural skin. It's worn off a little bit at the edge of my nose, but we know that that happens with just about all of my foundations. My chin is also a little bare, but everything else looks really good and glowy. So I'm going to wear this a little longer, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, it is now officially 10:10, and I forgot my phone, so I can't show you guys. But I wanted to do my final check-in with you guys because I'm ready to get this makeup off. As you guys can see, it's come off on my cheeks, but I have been touching my face a lot more than normal. I was laying on the couch, we're watching a movie, and it's fair to say that it was my fault. But it looks pretty good. It looks like skin. It's not as matte as it was. It looks more luminous. And I know that it's meant to be a luminous foundation, but it was holding up really well in terms of the matteness. It just looked more like a radiant matte. It looked more like a radiant matte as opposed to like a super glowy foundation because I did powder it, or at least the center of my face. But now I'm actually seeing the shine come through, and it's not bad, but it's held up really well. Again, you can see that it's come off around my nose. It's come off around my mouth, and it does claim to be a 15-hour wear foundation with a radiant luminous finish, and I will agree with the radiant luminous finish. It's medium to full coverage, and I wouldn't say it's full coverage. I'm going to say it's more of a medium, and this was what I was wearing earlier, guys. I just threw the sweater on because it's cold in my house. So I do like the way that this look. I don't know that it really is a full 15-hour wear. I will tell you guys that I think come summertime this won't wear as well as like a matte foundation would. I think that this would give you minimal wear. I would say maybe 7 to 8 hours max. Just because I am combination, and I find that it's worn off, and just here, I'm not one to really touch my forehead. It's more like the sides of my face, below my nose, and of course eating. But I want to say that it is a great 7 to 8 hour wear foundation. It is a beautiful natural finish. I do like this, and I will continue to keep playing with this just to see what I can do to make it work for me. But I have to say I really do enjoy it. I wouldn't say that this is a foundation that I would not recommend unless you are an oily skin type. Then I feel like this is not going to work for you. And unfortunately, I really can't speak to whether it would stick to like a drier skin or you know, to textured skin, because I don't have texture in my skin. So I really can't speak to that, and I can't say that I have like dry patches or anything currently. My skin is pretty much normal and in good condition. But yeah, this is where I'm at. What I will also tell you guys is I have noticed that my eyeliner is coming off, and I've had to clean it up a few times. I even had to put on a little extra concealer under my eyes because we were going out and literally had raccoon eyes, and I tried to clean it up and it just wasn't coming off. So I took a little bit of concealer and I just put it right under my eyes. So I have mascara again, and that's not an issue that I have typically. So I want to say that it might be something to do with the foundation, but we'll see. So I will continue to wear this foundation. I'm sure you'll see it in videos, and we'll go from there. But so far I would say I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I would definitely recommend this to you guys, especially if you're looking for a more natural looking foundation. It is a lovely foundation. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Please be sure to like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Why haven't you done it? Subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.